Well, everyone, here's my Mitch on Wheels new Can Am Spyder hauler. Got the Spyder over there. This is a 2025 Neo all aluminum trailer. It is 7 by 16, and I'll tell you why I got a 7 by 16 versus a 7 by 14 here in a minute. But yeah, check it out, guys. Never owned a trailer before. I think this one's gonna do the trick. She looks pretty sharp. Walk around here and then I'll show you how the back door goes down. I will show you how the Spyder's gonna look when it gets loaded up. We'll try to do a test load here to see how everything's gonna work. I think it's gonna work great. One of the options this trailer has that I like is it's got these stanchions in the back. So you can lower these stanchions and load something as heavy as my Spyder without having to have a vehicle attached. So I can load and unload without a tow vehicle attached, which is why I wanted that. That was one of the options that was kind of important to me in hauling the Spyder. So I'll show you how the back door works. Let's come up here, pop the release, pull the handle, and lower the door. The springs for the door are inside the bottom of these mounts. So there is no garage door type spring mechanism in the top. And also, when you're loading and unloading things, there's no cables that are typically here that support a door. So it gives, having the spring in the bottom here, gives you wider door access and less things to inhibit loading something as large as a Spyder in and out. And you can see the height. This is, I'm 6 foot tall. So this opening I think is, I want to say 79 inches. And the reason I got it this big, I don't need all that height for a Spyder. But should I want to get out of this hobby or sell it or do something in the future, I thought for me on resale, having something a little bit higher, you can load UTVs, side-by-sides, high-top golf carts in here. Even though I don't always need the height, I thought maybe if I ever want to sell it someday, this would be a more attractive height to have than some of the lower motorcycle trailers that you kind of hunch down in when you're trying to go inside. So yeah, here's what she looks like from the direct back. We'll walk in. As I said, it's very cavernous. It's a one-piece aluminum roof. Comes with optional vents. Here, these vents open up if you want airflow from the front or you want airflow from the back. You got one vent there, got another vent there. It's got the E-track tie-down system, so I can tie all of my ratchet straps to the floor. This is 3/4 inch plywood floor, 3/8 inch plywood on the walls. It does have the lighting package, so you've got light strips here, got another light strip there. This is quite large, and the idea is that my Spyder will take up a lot of this room here. And the Spyder can be in this area, load balanced of course, and then right here up front I can have my Vespa. So now you can see the rear door is down. I've got the legs here extended down so that I drive in my Spyder, the trailer won't move. So first thing I'm probably going to do is pull up with the Spyder to the ramp, just make sure I don't have any scrape. I know the front of that Spyder is a little low, and so I'll pull up, make sure it doesn't scrape, and then I'll pull her inside and see how it fits. Ooh, you might scrape. You might scrape. Gonna be tight, boys and girls. Gonna be real tight. Oh boy, that's great. Yeah, we're gonna scrape. Okay, so now. So after trying to load the spider, it looks like I'm gonna hit the chin of the spider somewhere in here. So that's not a problem. I wanted to just try this out. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I'm gonna have to get my race ramps, which are low profile ramps. I'm gonna have to stick my race ramps and extend this surface here to kind of broaden the pitch. And then the spider should load perfectly. I've got the tongue as high as I can go. Jack stands here. I just can't get this approach angle any less in the situation that I'm in for the chin not to scrape. Okay, round two. So don't mind my jankiness. I have ramps. I just don't have them with me. I'm at my brother's house. I rode the spider here. I didn't put the ramps in the trailer when I bought it. So all I've done is made some makeshift ramps out of plywood just to lessen the angle for the spider to pull on. So I'm going to try this now. I can't tell. Oh, looks good. Okay, so now you can kind of see with my homemade ramps, I've got plenty of room to continue forward to go in the trailer. Oh boy, forgot about the wheel. There's something in the middle, I think. Well, one thing I forgot was the middle wheel. So now what I've done is added a middle section for the third wheel. So we'll give that a try. Okay, despite the ramp sketchiness, like I said, I have proper ramps, they're just not here. I've managed to get the spider in. So you can see, it's my ramps. So now you can get a perspective of how this is really gonna fit. You can see that I have a decent amount of clearance on each side. So I can come in here, walk around the spider. This is what it looks like. Sort of out the back. I know the zoom's not much. Let me see if I can unzoom here. There. So now you can kind of see it's probably a fisheye view with this camera, but you can kind of see the kind of room. So now what I'll do is I can run tie downs from the wheels over to these E-track any way I want. I can do the front, I can come over here. What I'll do is I'll run the back. I'll put a tie down from here going to the tire, and I'll put a tie down from here to the tire. Yeah, overall, I'm happy with it. Now, this isn't load balance, so it may, fore aft have to be adjusted, but you can kind of get the perspective of how this fits in. You can see what kind of room I have up front. So the plan up here is I have a Vespa. So the Vespa will probably go on an angle here and tie down on each side. So plenty of room, I think, up front. I'm glad now I got the 16 foot, but the Vespa would go there, the Spyder's here, and you can see what kind of room we have in the back. I've got like an arm width. You probably got 2.5 feet back here for the Spyder. But again, this isn't load adjusted, so what I'm gonna have to do is move the Spyder fore aft to get the right 10 to 15% hitch load on my vehicle. I've got a trailer hitch with a built-in gauge, so I'll load the Vespa and the Spyder, and I'll move the Spyder fore aft because the Vespa will be in the front until I get the proper tongue weight. So that'll be something easy to do and not have to just guess. I don't want to have an improper load balance and have a problem towing. So there it is. Can Am Spyder Sea to Sky in a 7 by 16 trailer. That's the perspective going down the road. So there you go, everybody. That's sort of my first janky attempt to load the Can Am Spyder in the trailer. I think next video I'll give you the full, really good ramp setup, pull the Vespa and the Spyder in the trailer, tie it down, show you the sort of the permanent tied down position with the proper hitch loading on my vehicle. So that'll be the next video. All right, so this is going to be the first person's view of loading the Can Am Spyder into the 7 foot wide trailer. No problem. And we'll back out. There you go, easy as that. So that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you in the next one. Ride safe.